Hey guys, Charlie is back for another video. So in my last video, I talked about my favorite releases of 2020. So my favorite releases of last year. So it's 2021, and today I'm going to be talking about my most anticipated releases for this year. Lot of albums here to talk to you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run through them. I'll go in kind of chronological order in terms of release date. So I might talk. I'll tell you what the release date is if I know it. What we know about the band. What we've heard from the album so far. If we've heard any songs from it. A lineup maybe, and maybe the record label that it's on. But yeah, so just I'll preface this by saying this is just my opinion. These are the albums that I'm really looking forward to, and this is not an exhaustive list by any means. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be like, oh, what about this album? What about this album? Well, please feel free to list your most anticipated albums in the comments, and if there's anything I didn't mention that you think I'd like, then leave it as a recommendation. I'm always open to that kind of thing, and yeah, the purpose of this video is to talk about what I'm really looking forward to and getting some discussion going about what are the things we're most looking forward to about 2021 music wise. And yeah, it's a lot. Some people have been saying it's looking like a banner year for heavy metal because there's a lot of stuff coming out. Some heavy metal, some hard rock, and stuff. That's the kind of thing that I'm really into. So yeah. So my most these are this is a list of my most anticipated albums of 2021. Like I said, just my opinion, and let's get into it. So, the first one we're going to be talking about is an album that's coming out this coming Friday, Friday, January the 22nd. From a very young band. This is in fact only their second ever album. So, band is front. It's their debut on Frontiers, absolutely wonderful record label that's become home to many modern day acts such as Whitesnake. The last album was on Frontiers. What else? I'm struggling to think here, but yeah, Sunstorm, Graham Bonnet, uh, yeah, all kinds of stuff. Stuff will come to me. So, on Frontiers Records, coming out this Friday, is the new album Titanium from Dutch Brazilian modern day progressive symphonic metal band Phantom Elite. This is their debut on Frontiers. It's the follow up to their 2018 debut album Wasteland. So that's a really good album and really good band. So check this out. This is going to be their second coming album. So lineup we've got Jory Warmerdam on drums, Max Van Esch on guitar, and Marina Lataraka on vocals. Executive producer Sander Gomez. I might be pronouncing these names wrong, but do apologize. It's all good. So what do we know so far about Titanium? So the reason how I discovered this band was because one day when I was looking on YouTube, Frontiers Records made a post talking about this band and advertising the lead single, which was a song called Diamonds and Dark, and I thought I'd give it a go, and I checked it out. That's a really good song, really good lead single. Then of course I went and checked out the debut and stuff. So Diamonds and Dark was the lead single. Even more, I enjoyed the second single we've got, which is called The Race. That's probably the poppiest song we've heard from it so far, but that's okay. Really cool stuff. And I think just last week we got Deliverance. Um, yep. Last week we got the third single from it, which is a song called Deliverance, which is a really heavy, songs, so it's going to be a pretty heavy album. Can tell it's going to be even heavier than the last one. They're on a major label now, so really awesome stuff. Great, looking forward to coming out this Friday. I'm going to do a review on it. So yeah, that's our first anticipated album of 2021, Titanium by Phantom Elite. Um, January 29, which is Friday week, so 1 week after the Titanium album comes out, we've actually got two albums by very notable bands coming out on Nuclear Blast. So that's going to be a great day. The first one I'm going to talk about is the brand new album from Michael Schenker Group, known as Immortal. So Michael Schenker, you should all be familiar with him. Legendary German guitar virtuoso, best well known for being the guitarist of UFO from that original run of albums in the 70s. It was on Phenomenon up through Obsession, Amazon The Strangers in the Night live album. And he came back for trifecta of albums in the 90s and early 2000s, Walk on Water, Covenant, and Sharks. So that's pretty cool. And has also been doing tons and tons of solo stuff. Michael Schenker Group, also Macaulay Schenker Group. This is the first album under the MSG banner since, I believe, 2008's album, In the Midst of Beauty. Then he went under Temple of Rock for a couple of albums. Then went under Michael Schenker Fest for a couple of albums, Resurrection and Revelation. And he's going back under Michael Schenker Group for the new coming album, Immortal. So coming out on January 29th, 2021 on Nuclear Blast Records, home of tons of other metal acts such as Overkill and Testament and Death Angel, I think, and the list goes on and on and on. So Michael Schenker is going to be celebrating his 50th anniversary as a musician. So there's going to be lots of really great stuff. Another thing he was part of, his first ever album was Lonesome Crow, the Scorpions debut album back in 1972. So yeah, 50 years of Michael Schenker celebrated with this new album. Pretty large lineup. We've got multiple people playing on the songs. Obviously, we've got Michael Schenker on guitar. On keyboards, we've got Steve Mann and Derek Sherinian. If you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notebook here. Barry Sparks on bass. Photoshop Brian Tichy and Simon Phillips on drums. And the main vocalist for this is going to be Ronnie Romero, who's the lead singer for Rainbow and Lords of Black. And singing on two songs each, we've got Michael Voss, who's also the co-producer of this album and Schenker's longtime partner, Ralph Sheepers from Primal Fear, and Joe Lynn Turner. You all know him from a string of Rainbow albums and also the Deep Purple album, Slaves and Masters, as well as lots of other stuff, such as a couple of Sunstorm albums. That's another thing we're going to be talking a bit about. So Voss, Sheevers, and Turner will be singing on two songs each, I believe. Once again, we've had three songs from it. The first single, which is also the kickoff track, Drilled to Kill, is an absolutely killer song sung by Sheepers. After the Rain was also a really great ballad. Love that. I don't remember who sings that. And Sail the Darkness, which I believe is sung by Romero, which is the most recent one we've got. So that's pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to this one Friday week. One of the magnum opuses that's going to be on this album is a song called In Search of the Peace of Mind. I got all this information from Meddling Jack. No, wasn't. Metal Nation, I think it was. Don't remember which sites I get these things from, but yes. the song called "In Search of the Peace of Mind," which Michael Schenker says was the first piece of music he wrote, and he thinks the guitar solo is absolutely perfect. And it was originally recorded on the first Scorpions album back in 1972, and it's going to have an enhanced version here, so that's going to be great. Really looking forward to that. So Michael Schenker Group Immortal. The other album that's coming out on January the 29th, by Nuclear Blast, another significant band on Nuclear Blast. German heavy metal legends Accept with the new album Too Mean to Die. I actually have pre-ordered the deluxe color vinyl box of that, so real looking forward to when that comes in. When it arrives, I will do an unboxing video for it, so stay tuned for that. So Too Mean to Die by Accept. This is the fifth album of the modern era with Mark Tornillo, however it's pronounced, on vocals. It's the follow-up to The Rise of Chaos from 2017. Obviously, Accept have made a real big comeback. Their first album with Tornillo was Blood of the Nations in 2010, as being their first album in 14 years since Predator, which was the last album with Udo, Dirk Schneider on vocals, and we've got Blood of the Nations, Stalingrad, Blind Rage, The Rise of Chaos, and this coming one, Too Mean to Die, which going to be really great. Produced by Andy Sneap. You know him from all the Modern Day Saxon albums, the Megadeth Endgame album, and an album that I have done a review of. Do check out my review of Judas Priest Firepower. So yeah, it's going to have that really big crit Andy Sneap production. Who's playing on it? We've got Mark Tornillo on vocals, Wolf Hoffman on lead guitar, Huey Lewis, Philip Schaus on rhythm and third guitars, Martin Motnick on bass, and Christopher Williams on drums. Most of the albums it seems like all the albums they're talking about have had 3 singles already. So the first single that we got from this was The Undertaker back in August, which is kind of like a mid-tempo melodic type thing. That was pretty cool. And it's also got the built-in character, The Undertaker, which was great. Then we got the title track, Too Mean to Die, which is really cool. Speedy, fast, typical Accept song, and my favorite song that we've heard so far from this album is the most recent single we got on Friday, which is going to be the first song on the album, Zombie Apocalypse. I absolutely love that one. That is an awesome song, and lyrics are about how everyone is addicted to mobile phones. I don't take my phone everywhere I do. I probably should, and I will definitely start to do it more. I don't have it down with me here right now. I'm just recording it off the laptop. So yeah, Zombie Apocalypse, awesome song. Really, what we're seeing from this album so far is really, really great. Won't make any judgments on which one's going to be the album of 2021 because we haven't heard the full albums yet. So yeah, Accept, Too Mean to Die. Really hyped for this. Also, really looking forward to receiving the color vinyl box that I've ordered in the mail. So yeah, Too Mean to Die. The next one, we're gonna dip away from the metal side of things a bit and go more into the alternative rock side of things. Huge Foo Fighters fan, and on February the 5th, we've got a brand new Foo Fighters album coming out, Medicine at Midnight. Originally scheduled for last year, but of course, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it had to be postponed, unfortunately. But we are getting it now, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. This is Foo Fighters' 10th overall album. It's the follow-up to Concrete and Gold from 2017. I believe we've also got Greg Kirsten producing. He produced Concrete and Gold, the last one. Do check out my review on Concrete and Gold. We've got a pretty usual lineup here, which is great. Taylor Hawkins on drums, Dave Grohl on guitar and lead vocals, Rami Jaffe on keyboards, Nate Mendel on bass, and Pat Smear and Chris Shiflett on guitars. So really great lineup we've got here. Dave Grohl has been very excited for the new album. He says it's going to be a bit different from the other albums, and which is perfectly fine. I'm perfectly okay with bands trying new things. It's kind of, he talks about it as kind of their Saturday night party album. And he's also compared it to David Bowie's Let's Dance. So really looking forward to it. All the songs we've heard from it so far are great. I love the first single, Shame Shame. That's kind of a cool acoustic funk song, which I really liked. On New Year's Day, literally, we got No Son of Mine, which is a really cool, speedy one. And the most recent single has been kind of a power ballad that builds up a bit, Waiting on a War. Absolutely awesome. So Foo Fighters Medicine at Midnight coming February 5th. What else have we got? We've also got a new album from Sunstorm coming out. Haven't listened to them a whole lot, but have checked them out a bit. Just this morning actually. We're getting a new album called Afterlife. That also features Ronnie Romero, who's singing on the new Michael Schenker Group album. So that'll be March 12th. So that's going to be great. Towards the middle of the year, I think Flotsam and Jetsam, the new album's going to be coming out in that time. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I watched the YouTube video of Darcy's Six Strings Nine Lives. I watched his top 10 favorite albums of 2020 list. Go check him out. That's a really good channel. And he talked and he said Flotsam and Jetsam he thinks is coming out in June. So I'll go on with what he's saying. I'm not nearly as much of a Flotsam expert as he is, but whenever that's coming out, I'm looking forward to it. What we do know we're getting in the middle of the year is a new Exodus album, which they revealed the title of it, Persona Non Grata. This is their second album of the reunion with Steve Zetro Souza. Obviously, they did the big comeback album was Tempo of the Damned in 2004. Zetro then left. They did 3 albums with Rob Dukes. And in 2014, that album, Blood In, Blood Out, we got Zetro coming back. And this is the second of that reunion, which is called Persona Non Grata, which is going to come out towards like the middle of the year, so in the winter time for me. And also the new Dream Theater album is going to be coming out then, which something else to look forward to. What else have we got that we don't know a whole lot about? New Overkill album that they've been working on. That should be coming out. Overkill, really consistent band, and this will be their 20th album. So that's going to be awesome. Scorpions, I think there have been a lot of talk about a new Scorpions album. I think in their Merry Christmas video, one of the guys said, "See you in the new year with a new record." So, I'm going to be really looking forward to that if that's coming out. Anthrax have been doing a bit of work on a new album. Haven't fully started doing it yet. I know Scott Ian said he doesn't really want to start working on an album until they can really do shows. So that may or may not come out this year, but whenever it comes out, awesome stuff. Love Anthrax. And I think and the thing that I'm really going to be the most hyped about, because it's from my favorite band, is a new Megadeth album. Of course, Megadeth have been working in the studio for a while. This is going to be their follow-up to Dystopia from 2016. It's going to be their second album with Kiko Lavero on lead guitar, and their first album with new drummer Dirk Verburen. Chris Adler from Lamb of God played on Dystopia, but now they've got Dirk Verburen coming into the fold, which is going to be great. And of course, we've got the two Daves in there, David Mustaine on guitar and vocals, and David Ellison on bass. Dave the other day revealed what's kind of their tentative title for it, is in like the working title that they're going with right now. So in 2021, we may get a Megadeth album called The Sick, The Dying, and The Dead. So that's pretty cool. Obviously the title may change because Dave says there's a few other titles and he normally changes them 4 or 5 times before settling on anything. Really looking forward to that. He said that he has a delivery date for it sometime in November. He didn't specify when, but that's really great. Hopefully we do get a new Megadeth album in 2021. I'm sure we will, but absolutely no pressure on anyone. Whenever we get it, I'm sure it's going to be absolutely great. Dave has actually talked about it in quite high regards, so new Megadeth album is definitely my most hyped release for coming year. Also, Metallica have been working on a new album. Maybe we'll get that in 2021. If we do, I'd be hyped for it. That's another top 3 band for me. There's been slight talk of a new Iron Maiden album to bring in my other band from the top 3. Obviously, my top 3 bands are, I think, from 1 to 3, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, and Metallica. They could switch around any day, but I think that's the best order that I've got them in. We don't know if there'll be a new Iron Maiden album this year, but if there will be, absolutely awesome. Diamond Head, I'm a huge Diamond Head fan, and Brian Tadler says he's started work on some new ideas for an album. Will we see one in 2021? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, really look forward to a new Diamond Head album whenever it comes out. And I think that's it. So yeah, those are some of my most hyped new albums for 2021. So yeah, new albums from Phantom Elite, Michael Schenker Group, Accept, Foo Fighters, Exodus, Dream Theater, Flotsam and Jetsam, Overkill, Scorpions, Anthrax, Megadeth, possibly Metallica, maybe Diamond Head, maybe Iron Maiden. We'll just take it as it comes and see what happens. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please please like and subscribe to me, and leave a list of your most anticipated albums down in the comments below. I love to hear what you guys think. So yeah, really looking forward to these new albums. Really looking forward to reviewing them when they come out. So, yep. What am I gonna be doing over the coming week? I'll get around to doing that top 15 Diamond Head songs video that I've got the list already. I just need to film it, so that'll be great. Also got a really cool top 10 list coming out for you, so stay tuned for that. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Charlie on Invisible Kid. Stay heavy, stay healthy, and see you later.